So I recently saw this picture while scrolling on my Twitter timeline, and I was like, man, I cannot wait to join this trend when I'm like 65, 70. Now, all seriousness though, shout out to you, Esther, a nurse out in New York City. I don't know why Twitter put this on my timeline, but I'm kind of glad it did because it inspired this video. If you're anybody like me, Uncle Joe ain't doing what Uncle Joe promised Uncle Joe was gonna do about these student loans, right? He said he was gonna forgive them for all Americans, and there's millions of Americans right now who are feeling the weight of student loans, and I'm one of them. And it's not fun. It's not fun at all. If we're honest, student loans are actually crippling in a lot of ways. There's been a lot of progress done. I see people posting that their loans have been forgiven. But if you like me and you log into your app, whether it's FedLoan, Mohela, whatever you use, and it's still there and waiting for you to repay it, then here are some companies. I would talk about up to 10 companies in this video that actually have student loan repayment benefits in their packages for employees. So stick around, we're gonna get right into it. So today, April 2022, student loans in America has reached over $1 trillion. And I want to say over 47% of Americans are under student loans. And according to statistics, according to data, public data, the year 2020, Americans took an average of $28,000 in student loans. I personally have loans. Family members of mine have loans. Other family members of mine were privileged and blessed to be able to pay out of pocket. And even that is still a burden. College should be much, much more affordable. Shout out to the state of New Mexico, who recently just passed a bill to make public colleges in New Mexico and universities completely free. So if you're in New Mexico and you go to college in the next couple of years, you got it good. So with student loans being such a huge problem, a lot of companies are taking advantages and offering packages, benefit packages to include student loan repayment programs to be more attractive to potential employees. And if you're sitting on $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, that might really sound appealing. And so when a company approaches you and say, hey, we're gonna help you pay some of your student loans, it's really worth taking. It's really worth, looking at. I mean, come on, that's better than, free membership at a gym, even though that's definitely, a plus. If you give me free membership at a gym, matching my 401k and helping me pay my student loans, definitely gonna consider working for you. So in 2020, SoFi, who is actually one of America's largest student loan holding firms, found that companies offering student loan repayment benefits are the most attractive companies that employees look at. And that's only second to 401k program. Now, you got other companies offering, limited PTO. So if you want to really stand out and gain employees in the job market, if you throw in student loan repayment programs and top of that unlimited PTO and 401k match, you're going to have a lot of employees. And in this culture where people are leaving companies just for whatever reason, you're going to have people walking in the door and actually staying. And thanks to the CARES Act, if you don't know more about that, there's in the link down below. Anything that your employer contributes in paying back your student loans is tax-free up to over $5,000, and that's through 2025. So if your employer has a student loan repayment benefit in their package, that is tax-free. It's not gonna hurt you tax-wise, and that's up to 2025 and up to over $5,000. So with that said, I'm gonna stop talking and give you over 10 companies, that's a lot, over 10 companies right now that offer student loan repayment benefits in their packages to employees. Let's go. So coming in at number 1, we have Live Nation. I remember the recent Oscars where the famous slap heard around the world. They actually had such a cool thing where one of the workers from Live Nation, who helps books one of the major artists, actually presented one of the awards. So if you've ever been to a festival or concert, chances are that artist was booked through Live Nation. They book some of the biggest concerts and shows around the country, around the world. And if you work for them in any capacity, you might be eligible to receive some student loan repayment benefits through their program. They actually have this on their website. This is from Live Nation's website. They say, we are proud to have been the first entertainment company in North America to offer student loan repayment assistance. We've saved our employees over $4 million since the program launched in 2017. 2017, a lot of people don't know about this, I bet. So an entertainment company, Live Nation, is offering money for your student loans if you work for Live Nation. So what Live Nation is doing is they're matching their employees' student loan repayment programs for $100 a month and up to $1,200 a year and $6,000 lifetime. So if you work for Live Nation, that's actually very good. They will match $100 a month, $1,200 a year, and up to $6,000 lifetime. So that's actually help. That actually comes in handy, and it helps a long way. So if you're a Live Nation employee or looking to work for Live Nation, definitely look into that and bargain that when you're in your job interview process. Now the catch with Live Nation is employees are required to work for at least 6 months. So 6 months from your start date, that program kicks in. So definitely ask about that if you're interviewing with Live Nation or considering working with them. And if you've been working with Live Nation for more than 6 months, ask about that and take advantage of it. Now coming in at number 2 is Fidelity. Now I do some investing myself, and among my brokerage firms is Fidelity. They're a financial giant, kind of like another guy, Robinhood, whom I'm sure a lot of people have heard of because they're more popular, but Fidelity is much more better. That's just my opinion. Don't shoot me. Now Fidelity, what they do is they pay up to $2,100 a year and as much as $15,000 lifetime to employees to their student loan repayment benefits. $2,100 is a year and $15,000 lifetime. That's a lot of money in helping to pay off your student loans by Fidelity Company. Now all you have to do for Fidelity is work above 30 hours a week. Now I worked part-time for a company a while ago, many years ago, and I worked 38 hours. And they won't give me that extra hours so that I can become a full-time employee with benefits. And I did that for 5 years. A great company, enjoyed myself, but you need those benefits, especially as an adult. Fidelity, you only have to work 30 hours a week and you get that $2,100 a year and as much as $15,000 lifetime towards your student loan repayment benefits. Now workers who work with Fidelity below 30 hours a week, that's like 20 hours to 29, can get as much as $1,700 a year and as much as $7,000 lifetime paid towards the student loan repayment benefits. Now get this, much like Live Nation, whom we have to work for at least 7 months for that employee benefits to kick in, Fidelity actually recently announced that you don't have to work for the company for any amount of time before that kicks in. So the moment you sign the papers and you start your first day at Fidelity, it automatically kicks in. So if you're looking at working with Fidelity, definitely negotiate or ask about that in your interview process and take advantage of that if you're currently working with Fidelity and you didn't know that. Hulu comes in at number 3 on the list. Yes, if you work for Hulu actually said as much as 12 to 15% of his employees will benefit from their student loan repayment benefit program. 2018, Hulu announced that it will be offering its employees as much as $1,200 a year match towards repaying back student loans. So if you work for Hulu, you definitely want to take advantage of this. It's not as much as Fidelity or Live Nation. Shout out to Hulu, man. If you out there, you work for Hulu, definitely take advantage of this. And if you stream on Hulu, if you're a Hulu monthly subscriber, then you support somebody by repaying off their loans. Now coming in at number 4 is Google. That's right, the tech giant Uncle Google announced back in 2021 that it will match employees, full-time employees, up to $500,000 a year in student loan repayment benefits. That's right, in the blog recently posted that's back in 2021, the company said that it hoped that employees would take advantage of this and pay off their student loans faster, allowing them to save money to use in their own way, which is what we really want to do, Uncle Joe. Forgive and cancel these things, bro. We want to use the money in our own way so that whether it's purchasing a new home, starting a family, or investing in 401k, they want their employees to be able to do that. So the tech giant Google is helping employees pay off their student loans by matching up to $2,500 a year. A lot of people work for Google that I know in the tech industry, so definitely I know they'll take advantage of that. If you want to work for Google, among the great things that they offer and among the great name that it has and that you will have as an employee for Google, that is one of them, being able to have them match $2,500 towards paying back off your student loan. Number 5 is Aetna. If you have had any kind of job that has benefits, chances are you had Aetna as your insurance provider. The good thing about Aetna is they offer up to $2,000 for student loan repayment benefits for full-time employees for a year and up to $10,000 a lifetime. You got to be a full-time employer for Aetna to have the $2,000 a year and $10,000 lifetime. But if you work for Aetna less than full-time, that's 20 hours a week, then they offer $1,000 a year and up to $5,000 lifetime max towards student loan repayment benefits. So shout out to Aetna for this, man. It's definitely a plus. Check that out if you work for Aetna or if you're considering working for Aetna. Now coming in at number 6 is Nvidia, and they have quite the impressive student loan repayment benefits for the employees. Now for Nvidia, what they do that is pretty neat for starters is they offer counseling, student loan counseling sessions, one-on-one student loan counseling sessions with financial advisors for the employees. Now that's neat at its core. Now secondly, you had to have graduated within the last 3 years to qualify for its student loan repayment benefits. Also, So if you graduated within the last 3 years, nvidia will match up to $500 a month towards repaying back your student loan debt if your monthly amount is below $500. So you have to have graduated within the last 3 years, and if your monthly repayment is less than $500, nvidia will match $500 a month towards paying back your student loan debt. Also, their yearly cap is $6,000 and their lifetime cap is $30,000. So if your amount is less than $500 a month, they will cover it. And their yearly cap is $6,000 a year and $30,000 a lifetime. So you have to have graduated within the last 3 years, and you have to be a full-time employee to get this benefit towards paying back your student loan debt with nvidia. Coming in at number 7, number 7 is Random House Publishing. Penguin Random House, a publishing giant. Man, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know I published a book, and man, what a dream it would be to publish my second book with Penguin Random House. Make it happen for me. Thank you, Lord Jesus. They are the first book publishing company to offer student loan repayment to their employees, and this started in 2016. First one to do it, 2016, Penguin Random House. Now, once an employee has been with Penguin Random House for up to a year, they are eligible for $1,200 a year towards repaying back their student loans, and the max is 7.5 years. So if you've been working with a company for at least a year, you were eligible for $1,200 a year, and they will only go as much as 7.5 years. That's still a lot if you do the math, and it's a publishing house, Penguin Random House. For number 8, we have an actual student loan payment company, and none other than SoFi. Bro, there's a lot I can say about SoFi. Number 1 being, just cancel it, man. The one good thing they do is, as a giant bank themselves, they actually offer for their employees repayment benefits program towards paying off their student loan debt, and it's a tuning sum of $200 a month, which is great, which is actually awesome. So if you're an employee for SoFi, they will actually help you to pay off your student loan debt by contributing $200 a month. Now that I think about it, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money a month, $200. If you're an employee for SoFi, if you're looking to work for that bank, definitely do ask about it while you're interviewing. Definitely do ask about it if you're currently working for SoFi. I don't know what the requirements are, if you have to work for 6 months, a year, whatever, but if you work for SoFi, if you're looking to work for them, $200 a month towards repaying back your student loan. It's a lot of money. So Chegg is number 9. Chegg is an educational program. It's an educational technology-based company that started this student loan repayment program for its employees back in 2019. If you know about Chegg, you know that this is definitely a good program to take advantage of. And for Chegg, entry level through managerial positions, if you've worked for the company for at least a year, they offer $5,000 a year towards repaying back your student loan debt. Now, if you're on the director level, if you want to supervise, if you more than managerial level, they offer up to $3,000 annually towards repaying back your student loan debt. Now, if you're a director, you're making bang. So they brought the price down a little bit because, you're touching paper, but it's still good if you're a director, and that's from Chegg. And the 10th is the federal government. Now, as the name suggests, the program is for federal government employees because it's a federal government program. Most of y'all know you have the federal government program where if you work for the federal government for up to 10 years, I believe, and you make 120 consecutive student loan payments, then your loans automatically get wiped off. 120 it's a lot of years. I think that's 10 years if my math is correct. But they also have other programs. The federal government has other programs, incredible programs that help federal employees to pay off their student loans. And one of those programs, if you're a federal employee, is receiving up to $10,000 a year towards repaying back your student loan debt, and a maximum lifetime of up to $60,000 towards repaying back your student loan debt. Now, we already know the federal government has a lot of incentives for its employees. So definitely, if you work for the federal government in any capacity, always be looking to ask your employers, your leads, your whoever your employer is, if you work for the federal government, what programs are there that can help me repay my student loans? Because there are tons and tons of federal government programs that help people repay their student loan debt. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you work for any of these companies, if you're looking to work for any of these companies. If you know any other companies out there, help us out, help a neighbor. Leave a comment below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I am RifleX. Appreciate y'all watching, appreciate y'all supporting this channel, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.